where to begin. I'm giving you like the short and skinny version of it all. If anybody wants, comment down below if you want me to dive deeper onto any of these sections, because I could go on and on and on about each thing. I'm just giving an overview of the whole weekend. So for the wedding day, most of my bridal party stayed at a hotel in downtown Chicago. We all stayed at the Sheraton Grand in downtown Chicago. It's right on the Chicago River and it overlooks the Lake Michigan. It was a beautiful location. That's where we all stayed. However, that's not where our wedding happened. So there was a lot of transit, but all of the events happened either at our apartment building at the Sheraton Hotel or at the venue, which our wedding was at 110 North Wacker at a restaurant called Cafe by the River. It's on the river level of 110 North Wacker, and it's a coffee shop. So we had all of our wedding events like at those places, but they were all very much downtown. So we all started the morning off in the hotel suite, my hotel suite at the Sheraton Grand, which again, we are beyond privileged. We're beyond privileged, and that's where Blake's dad was immensely helpful, and he got us the insane hotel, beautiful views, great location. It was a really fun experience for everyone who stayed there. Our friends and family who have been to Chicago or live in Chicago, as well as most of my family had never been to Chicago before. So that was really cool for them to experience the city in just the most Chicago spots, you know, like you could just see everything. It was amazing. So we started the morning there, and we were really fortunate to have a makeup artist who, I'm leaving all the information for every vendor I used, every location we had. I'm gonna leave recommendations for everybody because they were all great. The makeup artist that we worked with was Stella Mikhail, and she is a longtime amazing makeup artist in Chicago. She did all the makeup for the weddings in all of Blake's family, and so it was such an honor to have her do my makeup. And then hair was done by Nikki Cohen. She's again another family friend of my husband's family, and just amazing. If you're in Chicago and you need hair and makeup, please look up Nikki Cohen and or Stella Mikhail. They're amazing. Their information's in the box down below. Nikki also brought a stylist named Val, who again linked down below. She was fabulous as well. So we did that, and Marley, the best sister-in-law, she also got breakfast for our wedding day, and that was from Goddess and the Baker. I felt just like so spoiled that like whole weekend. It was insane. Like, I can't believe it was my wedding, but it was my wedding, and we had that experience. It was so much fun. I gave my all of my bridesmaids and Molly and our moms, I gave them all some gifts of pajamas that I got on Etsy. Again, I'll put the information down below. It was perfect. So my wedding decor theme was very like natural with modern elements. So it was all greenery with gold accents and a very modern city vibe. So for Bridesmaids Gifts, I got everybody, I think I actually have one of the gifts right next to me. Okay, so I got everybody pajamas and slippers, and the pajamas were all tie-dye silk sage green pajamas. And all the bridesmaids and Molly, the officiant, got like a set with short sleeves and shorts. And then I got my mom and Blake's mom long sleeves and long pants of the same tie-dye sage green satin pajamas. And then I got them all slippers that had bridesmaid or maid of honor or matron of honor or officiant and then their name on the other shoe. And then I also got everybody from another Etsy shop these travel jewelry cases with their name on it. Those are my initials because I got myself one, but they're so cool. They're like little travel jewelry boxes, which I thought would be useful for, at least in my opinion. This was the gift I went with because I figured a lot of people get jewelry, but when I was thinking about it, quite honestly, for my bridal party, that didn't seem practical because a lot of the people in my bridal party they already have jewelry. They're older than me and they have already been married, so they've gotten gifts from their husbands, and like I didn't want to get like some not real gold necklaces for everybody and then people just throw them away, or I simply don't have the budget to buy everybody really nice quality necklaces. So I was thinking, what's something more practical? So I thought travel jewelry cases were great, and this Etsy shop has fabulous presentation because they let you pick a bow with whatever color ribbon you'd like on the outside, labels with little tags, and then it just was so cute. Very fun to give that to everybody. I also had several flower girls and a ring bearer, and I gave the flower girls little sage green satin robes with hangers, and I got my ring bearer a t-shirt that said Ring Bearosaurus because he's very into dinosaurs, and it was really fun. They all loved that, so that was good. And then for our officiant, Blake and I got our officiant. This was it was so warranted to give her this gift for everything she did for the wedding, everything she's done for us over the years as friends, as the officiant of our wedding. She just has done so much for us, so we wanted to really give her a great gift. So we got our officiant a diamond necklace from Dana Rebecca. Got her the Lauren Joy Mini in like yellow gold. Big hit. She loved it. And I just have to say, I know that it seems silly to like, why would you, I don't know, she is everything to us. So if you are getting married by someone who is like a family friend or family or your sibling or whatever, or your officiant is someone important to you, get them a good gift. That's my opinion. I'm not saying everybody needs to get their officiant a Dana Rebecca necklace, but I mean, maybe you should. Anyway, so that was fun to give her the gifts. And then at that point I got ready, and then we did some photos, and Blake and I did a photo shoot, just the two of us and our photographers and our videographer, downtown Chicago on Michigan Avenue, and I'll insert some photos here. That was one of the best parts of the whole day. It was so much fun. We had a blast. We just walked up and down the street, just the two of us, running everywhere, in and out of traffic. Blake and I are both journalists, so we wanted to take a photo in front of Tribune Tower because we're nerds like that. And we also just love the city, so we wanted very downtown photos, and that's what we got. I kind of skipped the first look. The first look was down on the river walk in Chicago downtown, and Blake was out there, and our photographers helped us coordinate that, and it was really special. We don't have our video yet back, by the way. It's been about 3 months. We're waiting on that yet, but hopefully I'll be able to show footage of our first look. But it was really cool, and Blake had no idea that my dress would look how it looked. He did not expect that. It's pretty funny. We had our photo shoot. I'm literally obsessed with all the pictures they took. I should have said this earlier, but our photographer it was a kind of a joint effort. We booked through PJ Photography, and we had a photographer who works through PJ and also has her own company. Her name is Alyssa Below, and she has a company called Enduring Moments Photos. And I can't recommend PJ Photography and Enduring Moments Photography enough. They were fabulous. They captured so much emotion and beauty in the day. As I mentioned, my husband and I are both journalists, so we appreciate journalistic style photography, and that's what they had. They captured the emotion of the day and every moment just beautifully. They really were phenomenal to work with, and I love the photos that we have received so far. So Blake and I took our own photos. Everybody got on the bus. I'm really skimming through the day because it's just like I want to go through the top level details, so to speak. And then we finished our group photos outside of the venue on Wacker, and then we took our family portraits along the river walk. Not really on the river walk, it was like above the river, but it was by our venue. We took our family portraits, and then it was pretty much time for the wedding to start at that point. I know I'm skipping over a lot, but that day just went so fast. Here we go. I got my first funny story. So there were a couple of like mishaps the day of the wedding, but I can confidently look back on them and laugh because they are genuinely hilarious. So at this point, we're all at the venue. The first thing I'm going to tell you is not a mishap. It's just, you'll get to know my dad a little bit. But the first one is we got through the family portraits. We all were taking a minute to just relax upstairs. So I, being the introvert and socially anxious person that I am, I never once even stepped foot in the room where all the bridesmaids and groomsmen were chilling. I had to stay by myself because that's who I am and it is what it is. But I heard this happened, and it's a great story because it's so my dad. So one of Blake's best friends, his name is Matt, and he had like all of the guys were in there taking shots of whiskey. And so my dad just walks in, doesn't say a word, walks up to my husband's friend Matt, takes the shot of whiskey out of his hand, shoots it, kisses him, like kisses Blake's friend, and walks out of the room. That's the tone my dad set for my wedding. And I love that about him. It just cracks me up. Like, my dad just did that. Like, he was just like, let me take your shot. Walked away. Man, what a dude. What a dude. And then, so that was just kind of set the scene, set the vibes for the wedding. It was really funny. We're walking down and the processional begins. So I'm just gonna share this. Maybe you know this, but maybe you don't. Our wedding was very untraditional. My family background is that my whole family is Roman Catholic and Blake's entire family is Jewish. There's hardly any deviation on either side of our family except for us. So we decided that's why we had a friend officiate our wedding, and we wanted it to be at a place that we really loved and not at a church or at a synagogue. We wanted it to be kind of like a place where we could incorporate traditions from both sides of our lives. And so we opted to have a pretty non-traditional ceremony. And as part of that, we had scheduled a band to perform. As part of that, for the processional, we were like, just play a couple of tracks because Blake and I picked the songs that we wanted. We didn't want traditional like canon in D or any of the like normal church songs or traditional wedding songs or anything like that. We just wanted it to be very us. So what better compromise than for Blake and I to pick some Frank Ocean songs? So our processional was planned to be instrumental piano versions of Solo and Self-Control by Frank Ocean. Okay, so Blake, I would like to reiterate, because it's funny, that Blake actually had called the band guy and was like, just to reiterate, we're doing the instrumental versions of these songs multiple times. And I'm here to report that at my wedding, our families and our bridal party, they did indeed walk up the aisle to Frank Ocean's Self-Control, but it was not the instrumental version. It wasn't even the clean version. It was the full explicit version of Self-Control by Frank Ocean. I just want to repeat that again. If you know that song, that was played at my wedding. And not just like, it wasn't just played at the reception, it was the processional. Everybody was walking into the church. Like, it was really funny, I'm not gonna lie. And multiple people like came up to us afterwards. Just Google those lyrics. Google those lyrics. Every word. And okay, so I said that it was supposed to be Self-Control and Solo. Oh, I think it was Solo that was played. Sorry, not Self-Control. Solo by Frank Ocean was played. But it was supposed to be those two songs. So not only did they play Solo, they played it twice. So that processional was Solo, the explicit version, twice. People came up after me and Blake, after that, like after we were already married, and they were like, oh my God, that was like, wow. Did you guys do that on purpose? Or like people would come up to us and be like, wow, I knew you guys were bold, but I didn't know you were that bold. Like literally just Google the lyrics for Solo by Frank Ocean right now. Yeah, that was really funny. Like, I can't even explain to you it was unique. I will say I'm very excited that they did not mess up my processional song, the bridal processional, just the processional for the bridal party and our parents and everything. They all walked up to Solo, explicit. Good one. My processional song, again, non-traditional, again, another cover song that's like it was an instrumental cover. They didn't mess this one up, thank goodness. I walked down the aisle to All Apologies by Nirvana, and it was, again, the like guitar cover, acoustic guitar cover. That was perfect. That was amazing. I wanted that song because that was the first song that Blake ever played for me on guitar when we were first dating, and it just was perfect for us. So at least they got that right. And as far as this ceremony goes, whoa. I know she's not your best friend, but I really recommend that you have Mollie officiate your wedding. And if you've already gotten married, have her do your vow renewal, because she's incredible. I know she's not your best friend, but I still recommend that you hire her. Find her and hire her, because she was amazing. Oh, the ceremony was beautiful. It was so symbolic and meaningful and perfect. And like I said, we took a little bit of everything from both of our traditions. we did a unity candle with both of our moms to take from my background. Blake did the traditional breaking of the glass at the end of when we first got married, or at the end of right when we got married, and everybody shouted Mazel Tov. And then during the reception later on, we did the hora, and just we tried to honor both backgrounds, and that was really cool. And I thought that Mollie did a great job of that, and she also she's just the best. The way she organized everything, and like she talked to people in our bridal party about us, and like got quotes to include, and it was beautiful. And Blake and I are both I mentioned this like 50 times already. We're both journalists and therefore both writers. So we wrote our own vows, and that was really special. My wedding could have also been called a public sobbing, because I literally just sobbed all day. I cried so much. Tell me you're a Cancer moon without telling me you're a Cancer moon. I cried first thing when I saw my dad in the morning. I cried during my first look. I cried during our photos. I cried during my first look with my dad. I cried because of a panic attack. I cried during my ceremony. I cried when saying my vows. I cried during speeches. I cried during the father-daughter dance, and cried later that night. I cried so much. It was truly a testament to the makeup artist's talent. Again, call Stella. But anyway, it was a lot. There were so many emotions. And then after the ceremony, we went up a couple of floors, again in the same building in 110 North Wacker, and we had just the most epic party of our life. It was incredible. I've said this a bunch of times already, but I'll repeat again, the vendors that we used were incredible, and it was all thanks to our parents, and especially Blake's dad's connections in the city. We are so privileged. Our wedding was, we had Gibson's steakhouse food, and it was incredible. Our cake was actually a cake topper and then cupcakes from my favorite bakery out in this teeny tiny little town in Indiana outside of my hometown. So there was just meaning and special memories throughout all of it. The food, the music, what we were wearing, all the decor. And like I mentioned, it was all greens and golds and natural and modern elements. I really, really loved it. Like I said, the food was good. The music was amazing. The band was so good. It was funny. In hindsight, it's funny that they kind of messed up the processional, but everything else was incredible. Like, the band was amazing. We used Ron Bedell Orchestra in Chicago. Again, Ron Bedell Orchestra. And we used Ron Bedell Orchestra here in Chicago. And again, I loved everything they did. They were so talented. People who came, we had a lot of out-of-town guests. We had 80 people at our wedding, and they were invited from 13 different states. So we had a lot of people over, and a lot of people were like, we thought we were going to a wedding, not a concert. That's how good the band was. They were amazing. The food was great. It was beautiful. I'll include some more photos and video clips from friends' cameras and stuff, but it was beautiful. I really recommend this venue if you're looking to get married downtown. I loved being right on the river and right downtown. Just incredible views all night long, and the most fun with the most special people. And another kind of funny thing that was like an accident, but it was not an accident because of who my dad is, but I think that we had a genuine marathon hora. That's the hora is the traditional dance where everybody kind of like, you dance in a circle and they put the people in the middle on chairs and you lift the people up in chairs and it's like, woo, it's a big party. yeah, we did that. It was so much fun. And so the part about it that's so fun is it's not just this person you're celebrating. Like Blake and I, yeah, we got lifted, but so did our parents. That was really fun. My parents are not Jewish, so they had never experienced that before. I had never experienced a hora from that point of view. I have been in the circle. I've seen the people getting lifted up, but I've never been lifted. So that was really fun. And it was cool to see my parents, because it was just fun to see my parents finally relax, because they have had a rough year. So have Blake's parents. It's just been a hard year for everyone. So it was just really beautiful to see our parents relax, and I just loved it. At the very end of the night, I 10 out of 10 recommend that you do this. Our photographers pulled us off the dance floor. They were like, hey, do you guys want to go take some downtown photos outside? Best photos we got all day. Look at these. Look at these. You might not know me, but I cannot believe that's me. That is me and Blake. And if you know us, you know what I mean. But like, that looks like a magazine, but that's just me. Crazy. So my advice is to tell your photographers to take you outside when it's still dark out and do some fun, creative photos, because you might end up with this. Especially if you're downtown or at some type of cool location where there's outdoor settings. I'm just saying, that was really cool, and I'm so glad they did that. Our wedding was amazing, from the speeches to the decor that my mom did, to the way that Blake's dad had the ceremony and reception flowing, and Blake's mom created she did so much. Like, she did the gift bags at the hotel, in the favors with Cookie Fries, which is her company, the cookie joint. She did all of our favors, and just so much. Obviously, Blake's dad did so much. So did my mom. Between all of the table decor, my bouquet, all of the aisle decor, the ceremony setup, she did that, and my dad helped as well. And just everything that they did, there are just not words. All of the money that went into it, again, no words. My dress, everything. I am very privileged, very lucky. I had such an amazing wedding. Blake and I also went to Cabo for our honeymoon. We definitely, I should make a vlog, because I think I took enough footage, but I just haven't done it yet. That was another thing that we did, and that was really fun. I could also talk about our wedding registry. There's so many different aspects of a wedding that I could talk about or dive into further, but the long story short is that overall, it went well. People ask me, what is the biggest difference now that you're married? Blake and I have been together for 7.5 years. We got married at 7 years together. We've also lived together for 5 years. So not a ton really changed, but I will say that one thing that really changed for us after getting married is that now it really feels official. Every couple is different, obviously, but for us, it really feels like official that we're a family now. We already were, because we had a puppy, Winnie, and we've lived together, like I said, for 5 years. We've been partners for a while, but now it just feels like we have established our family, and it's really cool. And it was also just so, like I said at the beginning, it was just beautiful to kind of, it was just beautiful to proclaim our love for each other and for our family members and for our friends, and to have them do the same for us, to declare their love for us and their respect for our relationship and all of that. It was just really, really special. I cannot ever imagine doing it again. So that was the only one I've got in me. Good thing I plan on marrying this guy forever. Okay, anyway, I'm Katie. If you liked watching this video, don't forget to hit thumbs up. Hit subscribe if you want to see more from me. Comment down below if you have ideas, you want more. you want to hear about more aspects of my wedding, I could talk about all the things I bought on Etsy. I could talk about all the gifts I got for people for all the different occasions. So many different things. So many different things. But anyway, long story short, that was a recap in general of my wedding weekend. It was so much fun. I guess I forgot to mention that we had an after party in my hotel suite after the wedding. That was really fun too. All of our friends and a lot of family came back up for that. But yeah, it was amazing. Whenever I get my wedding video, I'll probably post it on YouTube. I don't know why it's taking so long, but I think that's kind of just what happens. I'm pretty sure these just take a while. And I need to be patient. But anyway, that's that. And I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you next time. Bye.